Hello creatives! In this video, I'll reveal to you what really separates the rich from the poor to help you copy the best rich man qualities to take you to the next level. Money, money, money. Most people assume that that's the one thing that separates the rich from the poor. Well, I don't think so, and neither does Erick Young, who affirms wealth is a state of mind, and anyone can acquire a wealthy state of mind by thinking rich thoughts. I also like the words that Robert Collier uses when he describes richness. He says, all riches have their own origin in mind. Wealth is in ideas, not money. It's the way of thinking that separates the rich from the poor and not the number of zeros on their bank account. So, one thing is exact. Anyone can be rich if they start having rich thoughts, which I'll cover in this video. But how do the rich and the poor think? According to Robert Kiyosaki, a multi-millionaire and the author behind Rich Dad, Poor Dad, people with a poor mentality believe that you have to be born in a wealthy family to be rich, or you have to go to school and land a great job. In contrast, people with a rich mentality believe in learning on the job and acquiring the necessary skills to make money. They don't believe in working for someone forever, but they believe in becoming their own boss eventually. Now that it's clear how the minds of the rich and the poor work, let's discuss the key things that separate them. Watch out for number 10. It should inspire you to start thinking about rich thoughts. But before then, if you are new here, consider subscribing to this channel to continue receiving great videos like this one. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you get informed every single time I publish a life-changing video. Let's get started. Number 1. Perception on money. Most people believe in getting an excellent job to make money. Though it's understandable to think so when you don't have any assets to sell, it's not a rich man mentality. Rich people don't work for money. On the contrary, money works for them. As Robert Kiyosaki advises, don't work for money, make it work for you. But what does he mean by making money work for you? Well, it means becoming a business owner. This position allows you to hire people to work for you and not the other way around. I'm not saying you should quit your job. No, everyone has to start somewhere, and it's mostly a 9-to-5 job. What I'm saying is, you don't have to stay there forever. Save as much as you can to invest, start a business or a company, and when you do, the money will be working for you. The takeaway: the poor work for money while money works for the rich. Number 2. Perception on saving. When the poor receive their paycheck, the first thing they do is pay rent, buy groceries, and pay for utilities. On the contrary, a rich man first puts some money aside in a savings or investment account before taking care of the household expenses. What the rich do is they pay themselves first. The personal finance strategy enables them to be disciplined in savings and make meaningful investments. A poor man will think of saving after taking care of the bills, which means he may not have anything to save, let alone invest. There's something the fourth richest person in the world, Warren Buffett, advises against. The Oracle of Omaha warns, do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. The takeaway: the rich pay themselves first, while the poor do it last. Number 3. Saving versus investing. Both the rich and the poor recognize the need to save. The rich, however, know that saving alone is not enough. Their money has to grow, and so they prefer to invest it. You'll find most rich people investing in stocks, real estate, and mutual funds because the investments are an opportunity to make more money. But why should you invest? According to Liabilities, when you invest, you are buying a day that you don't have to work. So you invest today to have a better tomorrow. Yes, saving can earn interest, but that's incomparable to investments. The secret is to identify profitable investment opportunities and grab them to enjoy better returns in the future. The takeaway: the wealthy focus on earning more through investments while the poor only want to save. Number 4. Income streams. People with a poor mindset rely on one income source, their job. That, according to Warren Buffett, is not smart. He warns, never depend on a single income. Make investments to create a second source. The danger of relying on one income stream is that the job may end, and that'll leave you broke, confused, and depressed. You need something to fall back on, even if it's another job, a passive income source like a blog or a YouTube channel, or a side business. Rich people become richer from receiving income from multiple sources. Some have as many as 7 streams or more. Having multiple income streams lets you spread your risks and make more money. The takeaway: rich people have multiple income streams, while poor people only have one income stream. Number 5. Assets versus liabilities. Rich people acquire assets. The poor and the middle class acquire liabilities that they think are assets. These words by Robert Kiyosaki bring out a clear distinction between the rich and the poor. Self-made millionaires know that it takes smart investments to get where they are. Mainly that's because they bought the right assets and sold them at the right price. Poor people also buy things thinking that they are buying assets. For example, buying cars, costly furniture, and vacation homes do not count as buying assets. Those translate into liabilities in the long term, meaning they take money from your pocket instead of bringing it in. A rich mindset in the same position will prefer to invest in stocks, real estate investment trusts, or bonds. The takeaway: rich people buy assets while poor people procure liabilities while thinking they're getting assets. Number 6. Embracing opportunities. Both the rich and the poor recognize that the world today is not fair. The difference is that the poor spend most of their time complaining about missed opportunities and the unfair world. In contrast, the rich strive to find ways to turn challenges into opportunities. Winston Churchill calls them optimists when he uttered, "A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity, whereas an optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty." If you intend to be wealthy, you have to embrace an optimistic mentality. You don't have to complain about how unfair things have been. Instead, find an opportunity in every obstacle you come across. The takeaway: rich people see opportunities in difficulties, but poor people only have excuses. Number 7. Perception on taking risks. Rich people have the habit of taking chances with investment opportunities whose rewards are not immediate. Some take years, and that requires patience, something that most poor people do not have. Poor people always want to invest in something that pays back immediately, so they would rather bypass an investment opportunity because it doesn't promise to yield anytime soon. Moreover, when the rich take a chance with an untried idea, those with a poor mindset prefer not to. They would rather wait for someone else to try the idea out before they give it a go. By the time they decide to invest, the business idea is past its prime, so it's less profitable. Rich people generally understand Gina Davis's words when she says, "If you risk nothing, then you risk everything." The takeaway: rich people are always willing to take a risk if the rewards are worth it. Number 8. Perception on competition. According to Nancy Pearcey, competition is always a good thing. It forces us to do our best. People with a rich mentality understand the words well. They recognize that competition makes them more productive. They embrace competition to encourage them to challenge themselves more. If it's in business, the rich find ways to retain their customers and attract more. People with a poor mindset, in contrast, see competition as a discouragement. They get threatened by it. Some even end up bowing out instead of stepping up to the new challenge. Remember, there are so many supermarkets, banks, and restaurants around town, but they all receive customers. The competition only makes them smarter business people. The takeaway: embrace competition around you and use it to push yourself even more. Number 9. Perception on knowledge. Benjamin Franklin was 100% right when he said, "An investment in knowledge pays the best dividend." The rich understand those words of advice by one of America's founding fathers, and as a result, they are always thirsty for knowledge. Those with a poor mindset, on the opposite, think they know everything. They prefer to watch TV and have fun in their free time rather than reading. Sadly, they have the mentality that learning stops after leaving school. The rich know that education is continuous and no one stops learning. This explains why Mark Cuban reads roughly 3 hours a day and Bill Gates completes 50 books every year. The takeaway: the rich always seek knowledge while the poor are after entertainment. Number 10. Lottery mentality. The lottery is a game of low odds. That means the chances of winning are so slim. Sadly though, the poor tend to fix their hope on luck. They believe that's the only way that they can get rich. That's why they gamble more than the rich. As you know, not everyone who gambles wins. The rich, in contrast, believe in working for their riches. They prefer not to gamble but invest, and they understand nothing comes cheaply. The irony is that when poor people want to play the lottery and win some money, the rich own the lottery machine. If I were you, I would rather aspire to own the lottery machine. The takeaway: the poor rely on luck to get rich, while the rich trust in hard work. The conclusion: it's the mindset that separates the rich from the poor. If you intend to be wealthy, you have to embrace the rich mentality as shared in this video.